back to Zalonka, and we have a drone today. So at some point I will throw the drone camera up and give you a slightly different view of this. Yep, the wonders of modern technology are allowing us to do some slightly different things. This is something I did in FS22 occasionally, and I think it's kind of gives a different view of the game, gives you a different view of how I'm doing the jobs, and it's not something I can do all of the time. The drone operator is not always available. Let's put it that way. That's probably the best way to describe it. You a very distinct edge on the bales. So I have, not that it actually matters at the moment. I don't think anyway. I think it only affects wrapped bales. I have not installed round wrapped bales yet, which is now available on ModHub. That brings me to a very early rant. Please only install mods from legitimate sources. There are so many. I'm not going to swear at the start of the video. There are so many really bad converts of script mods out there at the moment. I was chatting to Loki last night because one of his has been converted by some idiot and released on King Mods. And it's like, why? What do you hope to get out of it by taking someone else's work and just putting on the bottom of it, all credit goes to the original mod creator for me stealing his work and trying to get a little bit of credit for releasing it a few days earlier than the actual person who was clever enough to make the mod? And it's so many of them out there, and it's so annoying, and it really pees me off. So if you're one of the thousands of people that have downloaded those mods, you aren't helping. You're an idiot. Delete them. Yes, you are an idiot. I don't care if that offends you. I don't care if you want to stop watching my channel. If you're supporting these people that are doing dodgy converts of mods, then you're not the kind of person that I want watching my videos. If you can't wait for mod creators to actually convert them properly, then, you know, the thing that's going to happen is the people that are actually intelligent enough to write these mods are going to get pissed off and are going to stop writing them. So then we won't get the mods, you know, the new ones. Or when someone does a half-assed convert of it that doesn't work, the person that can actually make it work might not bother. Yeah? Just because of some twat who wanted to do it quicker, and then, you know, a few thousand people downloaded it because they want it now, and now we don't get new mods. This happens every game, and it really annoys me. And I'm hoping that you guys watching are the intelligent ones who aren't visiting those sites. You know, scummy websites like King Mods. Yeah, they're a scummy website now. They used to be a really good website. Now they're a scummy third-party website. So, yeah, just wait for the mod creators to actually convert their mods and do the job properly. So disappointed. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't be disappointed because humanity is pretty crap. Humans are pretty shit. But just be a little bit patient, and that way there's less of a market for these people that are doing these dodgy converts, and maybe they won't do them. Well, they will, because they did them, and then there's a market for them. So, you know, but yeah, I was really annoyed for Loki yesterday when I saw his mod on King Mods converted by someone else. There's a whole raft of them on these really bad third-party sites, and they all go, oh, full credit to the mod creator, it was my favorite mod, so I decided to steal it and bring it to the new game. They don't say steel, but that's what they've done. And before you say, if you say in the comments it's okay because of copyright and all that bollocks, you'll just get blocked, because that's not true. It's not okay. Taking other people's work, putting your name on it, is not okay. And I will not condone it. And it's my channel, so yeah, you'll just get blocked and you won't be here anymore. It's something I'm very passionate about. It's one of the reasons that I am doing significantly less modding in the new version of the game, because it caused me so much unnecessary stress in FS22 when I was seeing the mods that I had created being essentially stolen and released on other sites as other people's work. Because it's okay, because, you know, it's using giant stuff, so it's fine. Oh, calm, peacefulness, happiness. So to make ourselves happier, we're going to do some mowing. We need to make some hay. You will notice in Mr. CDP style, the money has gone up a little bit. Only a little bit. I did one log delivering contract, and I found a really cheat code way of doing log delivery contracts. It worked excellently. This is the perfect example. So what I did is I took the trailer from this contract. I ignored the tractor with its loading on. I just took the trailer. It took me a couple of trips actually, but I took the trailer. I took our log fork, and I used my tractor, and I used the front loader, and it worked brilliantly. It was really enjoyable. I had great fun. I did actually think about banging OBS on to record part of it just to put some footage in, but I was playing on the laptop. It was late. I was just having a good time. I had one log get stuck, but I just saved and reloaded the game and it sorted it. I was going to go and look at the mower settings to see if I had the conditioner enabled, but I'm not playing with TerraLife or Maize Plus. There is no conditioner. We just mow and then we TED and then we're fine. So yeah, I'm going to make hay. I'm going to do some maths. We do maths here. We don't do math. We are from the UK. There is an S at the end. God, I'm being opinionated today. I don't know what's got into me, actually. Mrs. D and I were watching TV earlier, and I ended up kind of shouting at the TV about some things. I've obviously woken up a little bit feisty. It's Saturday morning here. Mrs. D has gone out to visit grandparent, and I'm home recording Farm Sim. It didn't feel like, and so our normal routine is on a Saturday morning, I go for a really long run. She goes and visits her grandparent. She only has the one grandparent left, and I didn't feel like going for a really long run this morning. So while she's grandparent visiting, I'm playing at being a farmer. But we were watching a bit of TV together before she went out, and yeah, I was shouting at the TV a lot because people were being dumb on telly, and yeah. Anyway, driving a straight line. If only there was some sort of mod to help me, some sort of function built into the game to help me drive in a straight line. Maybe we should enable that. Actually, I'm curious as to how it's going to work with how I've reduced the size of the field. So, steering assist, lines on, okay. How does it look? Actually, that looks alright. Crack on. Job's a good one. Completely lost my train of thought then. Completely lost my train of thought. So, I need to get on the headland row. We're going to have some tidying up to do as well. I know what I was talking about. I want to work out It was the maths, wasn't it? Yeah. Jesus. I want to work out how much hay we need to keep to feed the sheep for, I'm going to say 6 months. Because that's more than enough time to get another cut off of this field. Or whatever grass that we have. Because we might end up landscaping this area. But I'll keep some grass planted anyway. Just in case grazing doesn't kick back in. Because grazing's bugged at the moment, and I'm not sure when Giants are going to release the update. So then any excess I want to sell to make some cash. We're going to need to buy a bale trailer to do that. It'd be really cool if there was a trailer that could do bales and logs. Don't know if there is, and by that I mean an actual trailer that can do bales and logs, not a bale trailer that I can try and stack logs on. That's way too frustrating to deal with. So I'm just going to quickly tidy up the headland, and then we'll get into the up-down rows. So this weekend I am planning, and I don't know how many videos I'm going to get released this weekend, but it says Saturday morning. The Lonka video has come out this morning. This one I'm probably going to save until Sunday, and then over the weekend I'm going to be working on tutorial content, and I'll try and get a couple of them recorded. The crop prices spreadsheet is done. I just need to get my head around how I'm going to present it to you guys. So how I want to format the video for that. I then want to... I'm torn between doing the video on chickens or greenhouses. Oh, I need to get that strip of mist grass. Basically because those are things that I'm considering doing next on here. Both of them. No, don't drop them over yet. So both are things that I'm interested in looking at pretty soon. So yeah, kind of wondering which one I should do. I might try and do both, but we'll see. I'm hoping, in theory, the chicken video shouldn't take too long, but that's very much an in theory. And the greenhouses one shouldn't either, because, well, recording the video won't. Depends how long it takes me to pull the spreadsheet together. Because what I really want to look at on that is things like return on investment, because, you know, is it worth spending more on a big greenhouse? How long is it going to take us to recoup the cost of that big greenhouse versus buying a cheap greenhouse? That kind of thing. So I did look, and we could fit a pretty big greenhouse on the corner of the plot we've already put in. So yeah. And we'll see what contracts we can grab for just consistently making cash. I think over the winter it's probably going to be delivering logs. So if I can keep getting the ones where I can for cheap get that combo of the logging trader and me using my tractor with the log grab, that works really well. It's probably more economical to use their tractor to do the delivery because I save on fuel to sort of min-max it. Because I had to do a couple of trips because that logging trailer doesn't hold very much. So, but it did pay well. It's like $7,000, and it was only a couple, like 800 quid for leasing the kit. So thank you to those that have pointed out as well that there is the timer is displayed on the menu already. I'll have to have a look when I next activate a contract. I'm clearly just not paying attention very well. So yeah. And at some point, as I edit the video, I will have thrown over to the drone cam through this. So if you're wondering how I've done such magic, there he is. There's drone cam. basically I have, so I've got 3 copies of FS25. Being a bronze partner, I got the preview early access copy, but I had already brought 2 copies of the game because it wasn't guaranteed that I would get early access. I didn't assume I would get early access, so I brought a collector's edition. I wanted that, and then I brought another copy because I have 3 computers and I wanted to be able to do this. So yeah, I achieved drone cam by running this as a multiplayer game, and I have my other desktop computer is running and recording the game with OBS at the same time. So that's how it's working at the moment. And I said I did this a bit in FS22. Sometimes I'm able to do it, sometimes I'm not. But I'm hoping that if I've created some sort of clickbaity thumbnail, it'll have got a few more of you to watch. Not that I'm really worried about that, to be honest. I make these videos because I enjoy making them, and I kind of like finding the people that are of a similar because it's a multiplayer game and the other computer is hosting it. Clearly there are some issues with permissions, but I should have hosted it from this computer. Anyway, not a problem. Not a problem. It's been a while since I've done it, so that's why I was kind of rushing to get it all set up. I hadn't even actually installed FS25 on the other computer until a little while ago. Anywho, the mods are flowing, and the time taken for mods to be tested isn't awful at the moment. As I think I've said, I have submitted what was called fixed crop prices to ModHub. It failed initially. One of the things that it failed on is Giants didn't like the name fixed crop prices this time around, because fixed implies that something was broken. So it's going to be called guaranteed crop prices. And I had to add some more explanation into how the mod works when you add it into a save. So that was sent back to Giants on Friday. Obviously it's the weekend now, so it's not going to be tested over the weekend, but hopefully that will come out early next week, which will be cool, assuming that they're happy this time with things. Yeah, it's really cool to get that in super early, get in ahead of the wave of mods that I'm sure are going to come when Giants Editor releases. And also get a mod released right at the start, because that maximizes the amount of time it will be available for people to play with and download. But I have done a video explaining how that mod works, and I'm going to release that around the time that hopefully the mod releases. I'm kind of hanging on to it until then, just in case there are any more problems and any changes that I need to make. Hopefully coming soon, trademark. And this job's not taking too long, is it? I reckon we might be able to squeeze in another contract after this. It's raining. We're going to make hay while the rain falls, because it doesn't make a difference. And yeah, it's only going to rain for a little while as well. We'll be okay. The time will pass quite quickly, and in fact, it looks like it's brightening up already. Look at that weird dude over there. Alright, I'm just going to leave this out of the shed for now. We might have to do a bit of shed arranging later. Let's drop that off, grab the windrower, so we do get to see the tractor getting wet, which is kind of cool. Maybe getting a wash. That'd be nice. There we go. Grab the windrower. Get it all swathed up. Get the mate set up. I'm wondering about just no, we'll do 2 heads. Okay. Pinch. Go. So I'm wondering about doing a video. Something that I've been musing about is to at what point it's, speaking of swathers, and this is not swather, this is a windrower, but it's making a windrower, I guess, because that's why it's called a windrower. But anyway, speaking of swathers, I'm thinking about trying to do a video looking at what point it is economical to buy a swather. And I might throw in at what point it's economical to lease a swather. Yeah, again, I've got so many ideas for... Are we losing? No, we're not losing crop in the rain. Another one that might be worth doing a test on. Do you lose yield when it rains? That'd be a nice bit of realism that I doubt Giants have added in. Yeah, because obviously, maybe not obviously. Let's just pause for a second while I ramble. We go into here. You get a 25% boost in yield if you use the swather, which I've not got activated on here, so that's not helpful, is it? We won't do that ramble, but clearly, you know, versus the cost of just buying a grain header, you've got the actual vehicle, but I'm going to call it, then the header that you need to cut the grain and create the swath, and then the header that you need so the combine can thresh the swath. And what I'm curious about is what volume of crop you need to be harvesting so that 25% extra is at least a break even. And for me, that's probably a break even without selling the straw. Because if you're running an animal farm, you probably want the straw. And the 25% extra straw is probably a good thing. Because, not necessarily with base game, because animals use so little in base game that it doesn't matter. But once we start to get to having mods like Maize Plus and Terra Life, you're going to want straw. So, yeah. I'm really kind of curious on that one as to what's the switch over point. And I guess the other thing is you could get away with having a relatively cheap, I don't know what the horsepower requirement is actually for running the combine part of that kit, but maybe you could get away with a cheap combine because you don't need a big header on the combine. Yeah. I am curious. I am curious. And obviously, maybe not obviously, because there's a lot of new folks here still. I'm a big fan of leasing a combine until you're quite deep into a save, because a lot of the time you use a combine for a day or two of the calendar year. It's really, you know, it's one of those implements that you don't use a lot, and it loses a lot of value just sat there doing nothing on the farm. So, and I guess the same could be said for the swather, although the swather can act as a mower as well. So, assuming that things working as in FS22, because your kit loses value just sat there as it ages. And that was a big thing that I noticed when I was doing my Maize Plus Pig Farmer series and we were tracking all the finances. That the kit was losing value as it aged, and it was quite a factor in the value of the farm. And so if you drop 700 grand on a combine and then barely use it, it's, yeah. I hate backing these things up. Hate backing these things up. There we go. There we go, Liam. There we go. Now. Rain is really picking up. I think we're going to wait for that to pass. And as if by magic, the rain has cleared. I know, it's good, isn't it? Alright, we'll grab the baler and get the baling done. And I think that might be a video, you know. I think that might be a video for today. I should probably get a thumbnail at some point as well. Like that. Otherwise I'll forget completely and then I'll be kind of screwed. You know? Yeah. Might just get this all bailed up. I'm not listening to the sound today, which is why I'm not paying attention to when the baler is full. There is the baler script is now on ModHub, which I should probably install because it would make my life a heck of a lot easier. Anywho, there we go. I just need to be paying attention to what I'm doing whilst rambling to you guys. Which is okay. I can do that. I can pay attention. It has cleaned my tractor up, which is nice, which is interesting because it was sat inside for a lot of the rain. Did giants forget their rain mask? Who knows? Yeah, hopefully the update will not be too far away. I'm guessing it depends on how many of the bugs they hope to fix before they release the update. You know, there's going to be a point where I guess they have to make the call of do we keep bug fixing or do we push an update, because people won't want lots of updates because there's always that risk that updates come with those horrible words that people don't like of needs a new save. And it really depends on what the updates are, I guess, and if they're, you know, if they affect map behavior or anything like that. So I have no idea, by the way. No inside knowledge. I'm purely speculating on this kind of thing. All speculation from me as to whether that would be a thing or not. There is the chance that that could be a thing. Off we go again. And yeah, I'm going to try between videos. So we'll do the maths on how much hay we need to keep to feed the animals for about half a year. I think it's probably a sensible idea to keep about half a year's worth of feed in stock. Then next time we can sell the excess. Makes sense if you bale all of your swath as well. I'll hopefully have done some of the math on chickens and greenhouses and things, and we'll come up with a plan for what we're going to do to get through the winter making money, so that come spring we're in a good place to plant our fields with our new crops. Maybe there's a bit of a debate starting in my head as to one, you need to unload your baler because your baler's full. But there's a bit of a debate. Don't crash into all your kit as well. God, it's like last time, isn't it? There's a bit of a debate forming in my head as to whether we should go hard on the loan to get a lot more land, because as we learned from the competitive multiplayer series in FS22, land is king in terms of making money. And whether we look to buy a few more fields, or maybe we're waiting until, it's probably definitely worth waiting until spring. But, yeah. Anyway, that's the baling done. Another decent set of bales. And I think that's us done for today. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not sure if it's shorter or longer than recently, but that's it for today. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel owners. You are awesome. If you're interested in either of those, there are links down below. And I will see you all next time.